walk down Santa Monica Boulevard, actually down near where I live here in West Hollywood, in Los Angeles, and it was pretty awesome. It was nice to be out. It was a beautiful day, but it was weird at the same time. Like where there's normally still like a whole bunch of people hanging out and walking back and forth. There's not as many people now, but then there are some people who seem to be like nothing's going on at all, right? No mask, no nothing. And then there's some people who are just completely hunkered down, eyes forward, just covered from, just completely covered over their entire heads. So as I'm looking at all of this, I noticed some of the folks who are not wearing the mask, and my immediate reaction is, What are you doing? What are you doing? And I have to wonder, like, where is that coming from? Why does it bother me so much? What is actually bugging me about that? And as I've come to take a look at that, what it really is about confusion. It's about confusion, and I will get into that here today. Maybe we are all in the same boat. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'll bet you maybe we share a little bit of confusion right now. This is a confusing time. So, hello, I am Owen. Thank you so much for coming by and joining. We are live as always. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, then please subscribe. Hit that button below this video. And then here on Facebook, I would love to have you join our Abundance Hackers Facebook group. Abundance Hackers are folks just like us who know how to find creative solutions to support ourselves and stay in service of those around us when times get tough. So, pretty tough times right now. So join the group. I'm putting a link here in the chat so that you can just click that and join up. We'd love to have you part of the conversation. So as I'm looking at these folks, with their masks, right, and I'm feeling edgy about this. What's going on in the greater world? I've been reading stories, as we all have, about various places across the country that are starting to reopen. And most of the stories, at least to this point, have been about how places are reopening out of total protest and doing it in a way that is putting so many lives at risk and is going to hurt people, is already hurting people. And we're still sort of waiting for some of the data to shake out on that. Like what we saw happen when the Wisconsin Supreme Court overturned their stay-at-home laws and that people just went out. But then I'm talking to a friend of mine just last night who lives up in Northern California in a place that was hit very hard when the whole pandemic began. And they're sort of ready to reopen in general because there's just no more new cases there. So I hear that, I'm like, okay, well that makes sense. And now already in just a few weeks, right, I'm having to change my whole, no reopening is bad mindset to, okay, reopening is bad, some places reopening is good in other places. And what is it really? So I start to get confused about all of this. How does this really, at the end of the day, have anything to do with me? Well, one, I don't like wearing my freaking mask. I don't like wearing it, but I do it because it's the right thing to do, and I do it because I know that if the more I do it, maybe the sooner all of this will be over. So perhaps on some level, right, this is bothering me because it's like, it's just going to take longer. But then I hear these other stories about, it is sort of getting better in other places. So what's the truth? There's so much confusion. And I find that these days, more than usual, I have to be on my guard all the time to really not allow it to get into my mind, to really affect my day, affect my daily life, affect how I am navigating through what it is that I'm doing. And I noticed that in this case, right, it really popped up a lot in terms of judging other people. Like, are you making the right decision for your health? Are you making the right decision for everyone else around you health? And really, that doesn't get me anywhere, right? Because there are only two things that I control, and how other people use masks or not. Also, this leaf blower that is outside, I do not control. So that's the truth. So when there's so much confusion going on, and when I sort of get edgy like this too, when I take a step back and realize, okay, what exactly is going on right now? Why am I so edgy? Why am I getting pissed off? A lot of times it comes back to just I'm simply confused. I'm simply just in confusion, and it's an uncomfortable place to be. And it's a hard place to know that I am, because being confused, who's ever clear about being confused? I am clear about being confused. I mean, maybe now, but right? It's very, very rarely happens that way. So what can you really do when you're getting this feeling? And maybe it's confusion that's just creeping in on the edges. So what I do is I first check in. So what is it? Like we were just talking about, what is it that is specifically bothering me? Okay, what is bothering me about people reopening too soon or not wearing their masks or what have you? I guess it's bothering me because I have to do it, right? And I don't like it, and they're not, right? I guess it's just sort of this like edgy kind of thing. But is that really the core of it? Is that really the core of what's bugging me, or is it just that I'm just generally displeased with the whole situation? Just generally displeased with the whole situation. So then, if that's the case, there are only two things that I can control and that any of us can control: our thoughts and our actions. So I have to ask myself, what is it that I can do about this situation? Right? So if it bothers me, what is it that I can do about it? I'm not going to go tell someone, go put your mask on, or I'm not going to go call it out or anything like that. What am I going to do about it? I can put my mask on. I can wear the mask. I can do my part and stay socially distant for everybody. That I can do, right? And that I can focus on, that I can get my thoughts around, and that really can help me clear up, and not really even have to worry about why it's so confusing about what's reopening or not. I know what I need to do where I am right now and how I feel about that. So on that note, what am I going to do, right? I put my mask on, but what is something that I can focus on so I'm not focused on this? Well, a great thing to focus on is to get in touch with your passion, to figure out a big goal that you want to accomplish, something that's been on your list for a long time, whether it be creative around the house, for yourself, fitness-wise, write a book, paint something, learn a language, have time with your family, who knows, whatever it is. But think about it. What really is something that has been missing from your life, or that you have in your life and you want more of? That, like, hey, if I could replace this uncomfortable confusion with this awesome other thing that's in my life, or more of it, that would be great. Whatever that is that you would replace it with, this is your passion. So figure out a goal that you want to accomplish, align with your passion, and work on it. And work on that. Set that direction, then the rest of this stuff isn't going to bother you anyway. So how to get in touch with your passion? What is your passion, right? I normally recommend take an hour. And I know it sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot, but I started doing it a while ago, and it's changed my life. Take an hour out of every day and spend it dedicated to working on your passion, on whatever it is that gets you really excited and gets you out of bed in the morning and makes you feel really good about the day. And when you hear stories of bad news, you're sort of like, whatever, it doesn't matter. I've got this thing going on. That's your passion. So what is this? Spend an hour of every day working on it, moving it forward, getting better at it, playing around with it, whatever. And if you don't know what your passion is, or you're just not clear about it, maybe it's leaf blowing, then spend this hour just playing around, exploring, figure out, try different things. Take some time just for you, where there are no rules, there are no expectations. You can be whoever you want to be. I mean, you can be whoever you want to be all the time, but really, for this 1 hour, you can really be whoever you want to be, and figure it out. Just play around and see what really gets you excited, and then you can spend some time working on it and focus on that, and then confusion won't bother you so much any longer. So if you want some help getting in touch with your passion or figuring out what it is, you just need a little boost forward, then go on over to owenjward.com right now and check out what's on that page, and I will send you your free copy of How to Unlock and Unleash Your Superpower. It is your guide to go from scarcity to abundance. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope that you're doing great. Stay unconfused, and I will talk to you tomorrow.